So the United Nations also has been a promoter of development. That means creating a more equal world where everybody has a decent standard of living. The whole idea of development cooperation, of promoting the development of the countries that are not yet rich, this has been a project led by the United Nations, yes. But today, things are not right. Those very institutions that were created out of the Second World War are outdated. They are not fit for purpose. And that is very much what I'm going to be talking about today, how to renew multilateralism and make it work. Today we are seeing wars that cannot be ended because we have a Security Council that's not fit for purpose, where the power there is exercised by those who won the Second World War and not shared power. We have 5 members who have a veto, and they only have it because they fought a war many years ago. They do not represent the whole world. But those who created it, the 5 winners of the Second World War, the Allies, have resisted to change, have resisted the change. So the lack of confidence in an outdated, unequal, exclusive model of peacemaking is the reason why we are not delivering. And that's why the proposal on the table is, hey, we need a rules-based world. We cannot live in a lawless world where any country can act with impunity, as we are beginning to see. So it's an urgent priority to reform the Security Council so that it can begin to really resolve conflicts, but more importantly, prevent them. Israel is acting with impunity in the way we are seeing the bombing of hospitals. I work in the health sector, and we are seeing doctors murdered, children bombed. These are crimes within the international law. You must not fight and kill civilians. You must protect civilians. We're not seeing that happening. We saw humanitarian workers killed. We've seen doctors killed. So, yes, it's so important that every country is obeying the global rules. But it's not only Israel. We are seeing this flouting of the rules, the global norms, by rich and not so rich countries, big and small countries. Rules are being flouted with impunity because the institutions are weak and cannot hold them accountable. But the root cause is the inequity in the system. It is addressing those, changing those rules so that there's buy-in from every country. The rules that should give them safety are not working, they are being ignored. But we have to understand what's the root cause of this. What is the root cause here? In many countries in the developing world, lives are not lived with dignity. And the people who live there want to go where lives are lived in dignity. We have a world that has widening inequalities. Today, the 1% of people in the world who are the richest own more wealth than the 95%. And it is widening. The inequalities within and between countries widen. And why? Because the rules of the global economy are not fair either. They support an extractive model of business, an extractive model of accumulation. It's violent, it is supported by militaries, and it is dangerous. I was saying that this accumulation of wealth in the hands of a few, this huge inequality that keeps growing, cannot support democracy. I think this was best captured by by Justice Brandeis, Supreme Court judge of the United States, when he said that you can have democracy or you can have wealth concentrated in the hands of a few, but you cannot have both. He captured it well. We are in a world where democracy is collapsing. It's collapsing where it was created in the liberal democracies of the North because of huge inequalities within those countries.